the smiles in the Yamaha garage at Sepang didn't tell the whole story. Beneath the polite debriefs and stopwatch optimism, there's a simmering subplot that could shape the entire 2026 MotoGP narrative. And it revolves around a blunt Australian, a radical Turkish riding style, and a prototype V4 still finding its identity. Jack Miller, now entering his 12th Premier Class season, isn't just another experienced hand guiding Yamaha through its bold engine transition. He's becoming one of the loudest technical reference points in the garage. And when he jokes that Toprak Razgatlioglu rides the M1 like a chopper, it's funny on the surface, but deeply revealing underneath. Because this isn't just banter, it's a snapshot of a team stretching its technical philosophy to the limit, with 3 very different interpretations of how Yamaha's new V4 should be ridden. And that kind of diversity can either unlock performance or light the fuse in a tense garage. In 2026, Miller is something Yamaha has never really had during a major technical reset. A rider who has lived almost his entire MotoGP life on V4 machinery. Honda, Ducati, KTM. 3 completely different design philosophies, 1 common engine layout. That background is gold dust for a manufacturer abandoning decades of inline-4 DNA. Yamaha's concession status, rank D, allowed its regular riders to participate in the 3-day Sepang shakedown, and Miller immediately made himself relevant. Fastest on day 2 with a 1:57.908, then 4th on the final day, 0.921s off Alex Espargaro's benchmark on the Honda test bike. The Australian delivered not just lap time, but direction. More importantly, his tone has shifted. Where Valencia testing painted a worrying picture, Sepang felt like a turning point. The big changes we needed after Valencia have been implemented. From now on, the steps are smaller, Miller explained. We had big problems at the start. Now the problems are getting smaller. We've found solutions for everything. That's not the language of crisis. That's controlled recovery. The Yamaha V4 was heavily criticised last year for lacking punch, with engineers accused of running the engine too conservatively. But Miller's comments suggest Yamaha has deliberately parked the horsepower obsession. For now, we're not far away, and it's not as bad as Valencia, but the main target is a stable bike that's good in corners and under braking without vibration. That's a crucial insight. Yamaha's priority isn't peak power. It's rideability and stability under braking, 2 areas that can completely derail a V4 project if not solved early. Miller even pointed out that extracting power is easier than eliminating severe vibration. From an engineering perspective, that's absolutely correct. Combustion maps can be unleashed later. A fundamentally unstable chassis-engine interaction is a nightmare. Translation? Yamaha is building a foundation bike, not a headline bike, and that's the long game. Then came the quote everyone in the paddock noticed. I'm in the middle. Fabio's bike is set quite steep, while Toprak rides his bike like a chopper. It sounds like classic Miller humour, but technically it's explosive. A chopper setup implies a longer, slacker front geometry. More stable, less agile, heavier steering. That aligns Razgatlioglu's superbike DNA. Heavy braking, rear-wheel control, aggressive stop-and-go riding. Quartararo, by contrast, is clearly chasing Yamaha's traditional DNA. Sharp front, flowing corner speed. Miller placing himself in the middle shows his value. He's the bridge between 2 extremes. but it also reveals Yamaha's current reality. The M1 V4 doesn't yet have a single defined riding philosophy. That's powerful for data collection. It's dangerous for team harmony if results start favouring one direction. What we're seeing is more than development. It's an identity battle. Quartararo represents the old Yamaha. Precision, lean angle, flowing lines. Razgatlioglu represents disruption, braking violence, rear grip management, superbike instincts. Miller is the translator. V4 veteran, adaptable, technically vocal. Right now, Yamaha is wisely using all three. The full spectrum, as Miller called it, is a dream scenario for engineers mapping a new platform. But eventually, performance will narrow the direction. One philosophy will win. When that happens, someone's style will be favoured, someone's won't. That's when the real tension begins.